The main thing I want to talk about is I've been playing a game I've got a code for to review. This is a game called Oakenfold.
What is this?
So this is I'm on its Kickstarter page. It's a Kickstarter game. It's a solo dev game. One guy built it, and it's described as a clever time reversible strategy game. So
okay,
this is made by a guy called Rutger van Dijk, and it is very much inspired by Into the Breach, to the point where if you look up a screenshot of it, it looks like Into the Breach.
Now you have my attention.
It is Into the Breach. It's identical. The difference is you play as a single character rather than having like a squad of guys around you. But it's the same basic gameplay concept where you've got these alien things. I think they're called biocides, which are wrecking the planet, and you have to basically stop them from damaging infrastructure, damaging supply crates, that kind of thing.
Yep.
It is a roguelike as well, so you get heavily inspired by Slay the Spire, because the map is the same as the Slay the Spire map, where you get like kind of lines, or the map in Inscription, that kind of thing, where you get paths that you follow down.
You're piquing my interest massively now, mate. You're speaking my language.
But it does these things based on these two games very similarly in terms of like when I was first playing, I was thinking, is there a reason to play this over Into the Breach? But then I got into the
tough one.
I got into the time reversing thing. So what you get is you get each of your turns, you get 12 moves. And that includes moving squares, doing actions, attacks, that kind of thing. You get like kind of three kind of hotkey attacks. That's either like the one's a ranged one, one's a close up one, one's a moving one. So move things out of the way. But before the end of your turn, if you fuck something up or you realize your strategy's not going to work, you can roll back all those 12 steps at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, like what's that Square game? Was it a Final Fantasy game that had that? Or was it one of their spin-offs where you could reverse it, like a Bravely Default type game, one of those?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
You could move it back, but you could only do it a certain amount of times, couldn't you?
But it's basically that. So you can go back to the beginning of your turn, and everything on the map is affected by it. I like that. But if you are clever with things, you can bank that spare time to go into a currency for upgrades. Yeah. So if you think, I've done 5 moves here, I've got another 7 I can do, but I'm in a good place for the next turn, skip the next turn, that becomes then a resource for you.
Risk reward.
Yeah. And I think that's what kind of separates it from Into the Breach. Into the Breach is great, and it's one of the best games ever made.
Stunning.
Yeah, and this game is taking that formula and doing it well, but this time mechanic is actually really interesting, and the more I played with it, the more I grew to like it and got interested in this mechanic, because if you just play it just as read, you will just sit and think, I could just play Into the Breach. But when you engage with this time mechanic, you can kind of scroll back and forth, because you can also like scroll forward to where you got to as well. If you think that your new idea isn't going to work, you can go back to it. So it's got a nice vibe. It doesn't really have much of a story. The whole thing is the world's being affected by these alien biocide things. You've got to get to the Oakenfold, which is a colony ship that will take you up to space. That's it. So you go through multiple levels. But yeah, I like it a lot, actually. It plays really well on the Steam Deck. In fact, that's entirely where I've been playing it.
You got a code for this, yeah?
Yeah, I got a code for it, yeah.
How much is it?
I don't think it'll be much. It comes out on the 17th of November. Hang on, I'll see if I can find the Steam page for it.
Is it in that cheap bangers category? Is it in a cheap bangers category? Come on.
I think it's going to be.
Ooh.
Shit, no, there's
quid, I'm in.
There's no price on the Steam page. There is a demo available on Steam.
It might, if it's less than 20 quid, it's in the cheap bangers category.
Given that it's a solo dev and it was a Kickstarter game, I don't think it's going to be expensive. To get a copy of the game on the Kickstarter was €25, so it's probably going to be a 20 quid game.
That's fine. It counts. It counts.
Yeah, no, it's good, and if you look up the art style, it's got a really nice art style. And again, what is most impressive is that this is a solo dev. I think he paid a guy to do the music, but other than that, it's one guy doing the whole thing. You have 3 kind of character archetypes you can go through. You play this character you play is called Asher. You can go on, which is more based on survival, which is about keeping enemies at range and trying not to get damaged. You can do agile, which is about quick movement and getting in, doing damage and getting out. And then the scientific, which is tech. So
cool.
It's good, and I hope that it's something that comes out and he gets a lot of praise for it, and then he...
What's it called? Oakensnow?
Oh, no, that's a character in D&D. Oakenfold.
Oakenfold, okay, sorry.
Yeah. Like the DJ.
Yeah, exactly.
Oakensnow's needs not be very happy.
No.
Oh, God.
So that comes out on the 17th of November, and I mean, given there is a free demo on Steam as well, I would recommend having a try of it and seeing if it suits you.
I'm gonna.
But yeah, I think it's got a lot of potential. More I've thought on it.